We are going to create a couple of series on this one video, and we are going to create a lot of videos on this one, and I'm going to add a lot of values to this one particular thing. So you need to be giving like 1 second. Okay, I'll come back. Things have to be shut. Anyway, so everything's shut right now. I'm here and we are diving. This is Fazal Bhai. Thank you so much for joining in. Now this one video is going to be very serious, where I was riding through the bike today evening, and I was kind of thinking, okay, what are the stages of going all the way from being broke to financially stable, or a place that you can actually look back and say, I'm stable and I'm stabilized. I'm stable and things are kind of I'm stable. I'm financially stable. So you reach to that perspective, because when you are starting off the journey as an entrepreneur, you typically go through a lot of phases of financially, like you are having savings or you don't have savings. In either of the cases, you are either borrowing money, just like me, for example, I am borrowing money from my mother and she has to sell her jewelry so that that money goes into the whole business part of it and start generating cash flow. So that's either you borrow money when you start the business, or again, not very easy, huh? When you're 27 and things, when you have to ask money, like even asking 10 rupees to someone, that's not easy. So either you borrow money, or there's another way of you have savings with you, and over a period of time in your entrepreneurship journey, what's typically going to happen is the savings are going to get drained if you don't have constant cash flow. Cool. So we have kind of covered a lot of videos where you can generate cash flow, instant cash flow. You just search for instant, you'll be having videos. Initial, you'll be having videos. Or you search for money strategy, you are going to have a couple of videos there. Or if you want to learn a lot of things in a structured manner, just click in the description. You'll be able to find a lot of videos where we talk about money strategies and all those things. No, point being, what are the 4 stages of going from financially broke to stable state money strategy? That's one topic of the video. The second alternate topic of the video that I kind of kept for you is how to go from being broke to financially stable in 4 stages. So while I was writing, I came, okay, these are the stages that one has to go through. Now I am not at the 3rd and the 4th stage, but looking at from where I am now, being broke, regarding this on 4th of September 2022, I'm looking at, okay, this is the perspective that I've got. So based on this perspective, as in how we go through in stages, I think we are going to get stable. Point number 1 is going to be the first stage. If you think about it, either you're working from savings or you're borrowing money. In both the cases, you're taking money from someone else, and third category, and putting into your business. So the first stability that you need to be looking at, paying your business bills first. Okay, now business bills category, what are the categories that comes into business bills is your tool expenses, your hardware expenses, your advertisement expenses. If you're freelancing to someone for the advertisements, their expenses. So first we need to go to the stage where we are ourselves taking care of the business bills. So paying business bills becomes the first stage. So when you're actually broke, or when you're starting off things, so you need to be thinking, okay, how can I start generating cash flow from the business that I'm working on, and how can that cash flow start paying my business bills? So that's being responsible stage 1. I don't know what to name it, but then this like, okay, how do you go, like, first stage is this one. How can I start paying my business bills first? So that has to be the focus. You cannot be making like money and eating ice creams off it. You cannot be making money and traveling with it, because once you eat that ice cream, or once you binge watch something, once you travel, again you go back to zero. That's not possible. That's not being practical of you. That's not being responsible of you. That we generally like money coming in. That was a blunder that I've made in life. Like, made lots of money, burned a lot of money. I'm back to zero. Then you need to start the whole cycle again. Again, when you start up the whole cycle again, the whole momentum is. So the first is, think about it, like the money comes from the business, and the first stage, I need to be paying my business bills. That's the first category. The second stage category that you go from being broke to being financially stable is now that your bills are being taken care of. Now the second stage talks about paying your personal bills. Cool. Now the personal bills typically is your clothings, your living minimum, but then your clothings, electricity, water, internet, electricity, rent if you got rent, the equipment that you want to buy, not for the business, for your home, the chocolates, the ice creams, the gifts that you want to give it to people, the places that you want to roam around. So the basic necessity Now those are being met with the business cash flow that's coming in. Now the first stage was paying your business bills. Now the second stage, with the business bills, you start paying your personal bills. This is second stage. So to come to this point, it takes time. Cool. Now, when we move on to the third stage is for me. This is personally for me. Cool. Where I don't know whether it's for you, but this is completely for me. Where the third stage, now I am not even in the first stage, by the way. I am progressing to the first stages itself, because being broken, you go to stage 1, then stage 2, then stage 3. So the third stage that I kind of charted down for myself, like the blueprint for me, is paying your old debts that you've got. Where I borrowed a lot of money to pump into this big engine that I'm working on, like the job money, then the bank money, not the bank money, the mother's money, the family money. So I need to be paying all these debts that I've got from people, from a lot of different places. So that needs to be paid. So the third stage is where you, after every revenue, when the moment you make every revenue, now you're not even thinking about future anymore. Okay, you're saving for the future, that's a different story. Like you save like 2% or 5% or whatever that is. But then you need to be clearing past debts first, so that you can move forward with speed over a period of time. So the third category for me personally is you need to be figuring out a certain percentage that after every income or after every milestone that is crossed, I need to be taking this amount and kind of filling in the buckets that I've got from the behind. Now this perspective that I've got to fill the previous buckets may change over a period of time, but then as of now, I need to take care of those things first, because I cannot move forward if I don't have that. If I don't do those things. Like that's personally for me. The fourth stage category for me is going to be starting to build for the future. Now you can immediately dive into, okay, now that you've kind of taken care, now your business is taken care of, your business bills, your personal bills, and all the old is that's kind of clear now. Then we move on to the stage number 4. That's completely because now that you've got nothing behind you, you need to be, we can follow the TWCG, my mentor's formula. Then we can start following, if you want to follow my formula, that travel, personal, home, business, wealth, charity. This, and you can start moving forward and you can categorize everything into picture, and then you can start growing from that stage. So starting to build for your future. So these are the 4 stages that I've laid down for myself that I just wanted to share. May be applicable for you, may not be applicable for you, but this is the stages that I thought of for the moment. There will be adding a lot of different stages as well, like say there will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stages as well, because with the progress that I started to make, when I start to make this progress, the stages are going to come. But then for me, we need to be first focusing on how can I pay my own business bills through the business that I'm working on, not from anyone else. How can I start being stable there first, then pay your own bills from this business, and keep on progressing up the ladder. So this was what I wanted to share with you in this one video, where we go from being broke to financially stable, not secure, not safe, stable. This kind of feel like cool. Now thank you so much for making this video me and the topic about of your day. If you want to learn more about this one thing, just search for free, like just search for Money Strategies in the channel, or there are links down below so that you can search. There are links down below where we have got courses on the similar things which are completely structured. You just click there and start learning. And thank you so much. May peace and blessings be upon you and your loved ones. Now that if you learned, start booming, start making money go start making money. Now the next video that I'm going to record for you is going to be 5 verticals of online course business we need to upskill and master. If you haven't already seen that, that's the video for you. Thank you so much. See you there.